So within Vizcom, we can use multi-image in order to obtain a 3D model. And I have over here the following image. So the front view, the left view, the back view, and the right view. Keep in mind that these are not, let's say, perfectly aligned. And these images have been selected from the following dataset. So on Hitem3D, you can download dataset. I'm going to put the link in the video description. And Artec also added as an available download the output model. So let's take a look over here at Vizcom. I'm just going to hide those references and I'm going to unhide the first one. This is the first model that was generated using the max quality output over here. As you can see, for some reason it doesn't have the mesh, the texture, even though I have checked that high detail mesh. So let's just add that again over here to the process. We see over here that when we are using multi-images, this will support 1 up to 4 layers in order, so front, left, back, and right. And I have the same order over here prepared. And I can just hold down Control, and those will be added, but this will be the front view. After that, as you can see, the left, the back, and the right. So this is the order that Vizcom will reposition those. I'm just going to uncheck HD texture because I saw that for some of those the texture didn't actually outputted. So let's just see how that will generate. I'm also gonna create one with that. Now regarding, let's say, the correct position of the images over here for multi-image, I don't know exactly how to set that. Within Rodin, you can also specify which will be that following image. And you can slightly change those. If you follow my channel, you know that I already made multiple videos regarding that. But let's say, if I'm going to start with the right one, we're going to see that it will be added over here. I'm just going to delete the previous one. So again, multi-image, right, back, left, and right. We're going to say that this will be the order. So again, not sure exactly what is the correct order over here, as we can see. Those weren't actually being added according to the selection. So we see over here, right, I started from that, but it will be added over here as the first one. After that, we're going to have the back one. Yeah, so that's the code, the order. I'm just going to generate like this because I'm curious what will happen. And I'm going to delete those. And starting with the front one, I'm going to select again multi-layer. So I will just add them as we see over here. So front, left, back, and right, and I'm going to hit generate again. Now, while those will be processing, I will go ahead and I will open the OBJ file that has been 3D scanned. And as you can see, this is the following. I'm just going to scale this with 0.001, and I'm going to rotate this on X minus 90 degrees over here. So this is at the correct scale. I can also change over here the IOR to be maybe 1. So we are not going to have that environment on top of this. And we see that this will be the mesh. So we have quite a lot of floating elements over here. So it's not a clean mesh, the one generated by Artec. But I'm now going to start exporting those from Vizcom. So let's see. I'm going to export this one, which will also have the texture, but as you can see over here, I have an additional finger. So for some reason, Vizcom decided to add over here another finger. If I will use this one, this will have the correct number of fingers, but let's just analyze the orientation of the model. So I'm going to export this as a GLB. We're going to see the file name will be, it should start with max, just like the model over here. So max v3, this will be number 8. So I'm just going to go ahead and I will import that from downloads. This will be the model. Now we're going to see that the scale for Vizcom will be as following. So I'm just going to roughly match that over here. And I will have to rotate this, as you can see, on the z-axis, but it will be oriented like this. So minus 90 degrees. If I will move this, so grab on the x, this will be the orientation. And this is what I'm talking about. We're going to see that the models created by Vizcom in this case will actually be flipped. So So this is the one created from Artec Studio Photogrammetry. And we're gonna see that this will actually be flipped. So if I'm gonna scale this on the z-axis with -1, it will be as following. So I saw that something similar also happened with CSM when I started to use generative AI tools, and all the output models from there were flipped. And let's just analyze those fingers. So the orientation for this one will be as following. But we see overall that the orientation for this one is not that well defined. So let's just go ahead over here and let's check some other models. These are still being processed, the one that I started when I started to record this video. So I'm gonna wait for those. This one will have some missing elements on the bottom, so I'm not gonna add that. Let's now check this one, since I see that most of those fingers are well defined. So I'm gonna export this as a GLB, and I'm gonna go ahead and I will load that within Blender. So within File, Import, this should be Model 9 for the max. So this is that one. I'm just gonna import it. Again, I'm gonna roughly scale it to match. I'm gonna rotate this on the z-axis, -90 degrees. And I'm just gonna move it over here to the side. And I see that there are some floating elements over here as well. And yeah, if I will just scale this with -1, this will be the correct orientation, as you can see. But you're gonna see that the mesh is quite off in terms of the overall shape over here for the hand. Now, while Vizcom will still create those, so I see that one of those new models has already been finished, which is this one. I know that I unchecked the high quality texture for one of those, and I'm really curious if Vizcom managed to output the texture for that. You're gonna see that this will be white. If I will just display the mesh, display the texture, it will be like this. So I think it's something with the PBR materials over here that they are not that well defined. But if I will just check the overall mesh, it will be as following. Now I will just go within Rodin over here. So let's see over here, I'm just gonna log into Rodin. And I will go within the assets that I already generated. And I'm gonna download one of those hands because I'm really curious of the overall orientation, if this will be also flipped. As you can see, I have multiple assets for that. Let's say that this will be the one that I'm gonna open. We see over here that for the material I didn't confirm that, so I can click on confirm and that will generate that. The shaded one will look like this. And now I'm just gonna export this as a GLB. We can also go for 4K textures. And also we have the shaded and the PBR models, both of those over there. By looking at the model over here, I see that this model will be well aligned. At least from this perspective I'm looking at it, it's I think the same as the one over here. We see over here the position for that finger for the large thumb, but we'll see exactly while we load this within Blender, and we're gonna compare it with the original model from Artec. We see that now this is being archived, so we have that over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna save that. And I'm gonna show that within the folder and I will unpack it. So within this new folder, I should find that. I'm gonna go with File, Import, GLB, within Downloads, this new folder. I'm just gonna load the shaded one, not the PBR in this case. And we're gonna see that the model will be quite large. So I'm just gonna scale this down. But as you can already see, the orientation from this one will be a lot better. So I'm just gonna slightly move this in. So if I'm gonna check over here the mesh, we're gonna see the orientation of the fingers. We have them like this, just like within the 3D scan. Now, there are some differences in overall shapes. I can do a deviation analysis, but I can already see that this hand is a lot, let's say, larger than the one generated by Artec. And also for the overall orientation of the fingers, it's not actually exactly the same. We see them over here, even though they look like this, quite similar. Once they are being overlapped, we're gonna see that there are some big differences between those. So over here, this will better highlight with black and gray the difference between those two. But what I like about Rodin is the fact that we don't have that model flipped. So we don't need to go and scale it, in this case on the z-axis, in order to have that properly flipped. So let's take a look over here at the other models created by Vizcom. Also, we see over here that the selection of those is a little bit trickier when we add them. So this is a little bit weirdly shaped over here for that finger. And I think this is a problem with the order of the images. So we see the front, back, and left. And this is why I really like how Rodin implemented this system where you're going to add those images. I also saw that Hitem3D has some problems with multi images, and I have a video regarding the same case study hand, and Hitem3D failed quite a lot to align those. We see over here that those are not well aligned also. And if I will expand this, let's take a look at this. Okay, so over here we have the correct orientation, but we have an additional element over there on the top. So again, I really like how Rodin has implemented this, because let's take a look over here. So I can just add an image. I'm gonna go over here and I already have those added over here. So I have them over here. I have the back, the front, the left and right. I can just hit open. Those will all be loaded. And this is the most interesting part. I don't have to specify exactly which one is the front, which one is the back, left and right. I can just hit preview. And we're going to see that this will start to be prepared over here. And after that, usually the model will align them really good, at least in this case for the hand, as we're going to see, without having to specifically go ahead and tell the tool what kind of view was within all of those. But let's take a look at over here, because this will also generate pretty fast. And another good part regarding Rodin is that you won't need to use any credits. When you're just gonna add those images, you're gonna hit preview, that will be free. And if the model will not be properly aligned, you can do up to 5 retries. Depending on your account, you can go up to 50. And you can only use those credits while you are happy with the result. So I think that this is the main reason why Rodin is one of the best solutions, especially for people that want good outputs without having to pay. Because for other tools, for example, for Hitem3D, you don't know exactly what will be generated. So you're just gonna go in, you're gonna add the images, and in this case, for the same case study, it will be something like this. So again, completely off in terms of geometry and alignment. Take a look over here. This is also at an angle, so it's not flat on the bottom. And this one as well. And Hitem3D has the same workflow, and this is even worse, as we can see. But over here within Rodin, we see that the output mesh will be as following. So you can already see that the orientation is okay. We have some problems over here with the additional element joint to that finger. We can do a partial redo, and we can go ahead and we can just move this into that location, and we can have that reprocessed. But we can also change over here the direction of the images. As we can see, since I already added that partial redo to be processed, I no longer align those, but as soon as that will finish, I have the possibility to specify which are the exact views but the main advantage is that Rodin will manage to understand the orientation of those really good without having to go ahead and do that manual input. Over here on Hitem3D, I will need to go over here, so this will be front view, required, optional for the others, but I need to specify exactly which is which in this case. And after that, I'm just gonna hit generate. I don't have any other settings, and it will output the model as we saw previously, maybe not that well defined. But take a look over here at Rodin. I didn't spend any credits for this, so the initial processing and now the partial redo are still within that pre-preview, so that is really interesting. And we see that this is the output, and that has been fixed. And take a look over here. This is the interactive UI that I talked about. You can just go over here, you can left click, and you can specify. This will be, so you can specify which one will be the back view, which one will be the front view, left and right. And after that, you can hit confirm or redo in this case. Since I can go ahead and I can align those, I can hit redo. And when I'm happy with that, I can hit confirm over here, and only then I will use 0.5 credits for the mesh. And after that, we also have the material as we saw previously. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of comparison. I'm really curious what other tools have this flip, because I know that CSM, I used to start with that generative AI tool roughly, let's say, close to 3 years ago, and those were quite, all the models were flipped, just like within Vizcom. But we see over here that Rodin managed to create better models that will no longer be flipped, so they will be a lot closer to the reference. Even though we see over here, keep in mind that this was generated using only 4 images, and this used the whole data set. So this is the difference between photogrammetry and 3D generative AI, but we see over here that the gaps between those two are slowly being let's say, closed, and within the near future, we will be able to add more than those, let's say, views, because even now within Rodin, we can add more than 4 images. I think it's up to 5, and we can then specify what kind of view is within that image. As you can see, we're going to have the back right, the up, bottom, and so on. So there are many other orientations. It's not just front, back, left and right, or top and bottom. We also have the back right, the far right, and so on. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I'm going to position a similar video over here on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.